Hello everyone, today is the 18th or 17th? 18th of May 2025. We're here at Way Mountain to continue discussing the first chapter to the Avatamsaka Sutra. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this with you. We're right now on slide 79. This section talks about the Gandharva celestial kings. This is the celestial kings who were in attendance when the Buddha was speaking the Avatamsaka Sutra. At that time, only bodhisattvas were allowed to attend. Actually, the ones whose names are mentioned here are basically Mahasattvas, meaning they are near Buddhahood. They're not simply even a Mahasattva. Mahasattva has different levels, but these beings here, for their name to be even mentioned in this sutra as one of the 10 that were brought up, they are basically either Buddhas or almost Buddhas. So that this is to tell you that the world, the universe, the Dharma realm is humongous, and there are very, very big people over us. So we are, just to remind you that we are really, really very tiny, very insignificant. So don't be so proud of yourself. We're not that important. How is that? Huh? This sutra is designed to help you become more humble and see how big the world is. Because right now your world is pretty big, where you are the biggest inside your world. When you look at the universe, the Dharma realm or Buddhaland and the Dharma realm, we are so small, so insignificant. We don't even get to talk to these celestial kings. Okay. When these verses were spoken for their kinds, so the Dharma here is pretty interesting. But why studying this? Because we're not even bodhisattvas. Well, some of you are low-level bodhisattvas, some of you are pretty good level mahasattvas, but we're studying this in order to put things in perspective. It's not about understanding. It's about planting the seeds of greatness in you. Unless the seeds are planted, you'll never make it. All right? So that's Mahayana. It's not about understanding. It's about listening, okay, and not rejecting, okay, and see how it can apply to you, okay, because they, just like us, started really small, and they accrue the virtues, okay. So when you listen to their stories and how their views, you see that some of the things that have been taught to you the last 20 years, that's helped you, bring you this far, is because those values are the foundations for them, for you to become them down the road, okay? And so the more of the virtues, the building blocks that being taught to you, that you are able to use and add more, then will be a lot quicker for you to get up there. Because why? Because the Dharma here is the Dharma of sudden teaching. Okay? So we started 20 years ago with imitating masteryonghua, which is the Mahayana teacher, and then now we evolved into our own style of Mahayana, where it's a lot more emphasis on the sudden teaching, and then the gradual teaching of the Chinese, or the Korean, or the Vietnam, or whatever. Okay? And so how do you know you're in the right direction? How do you know you're evolving? It doesn't matter. All this is words, okay? And most of it are just like fun to help you become more open-minded. But how do you know you're evolving in the right direction? Thank you. How do you know? Because it will be a while before you become a celestial king like them. Yes, Andres.
I say, you know, if you're moving in the right direction, you get happier.
Happier, correct. We don't talk about happiness as a goal, but happiness as a natural consequence of your improvement, yes. Because if you cultivate and you become less happy, then it's the wrong direction. Okay? What else? How do you know? The fun thing about cultivation, you become happier and happier and happier. That's correct. You begin with seeing that you get happier and happier, or less depressed and so forth, okay, occasionally. But you become happier, and then at some point in time, down the road, you see that not just happiness, but you see life is wonderful. It's beyond happiness. Happiness is based on your sense organs, okay? You're happy because you had a good meal, you have a good drink, okay? Eat some Korean pig's feet, by the way. I'm told that's one of the best in the world, okay? Much better than Vietnam and Taiwan and China, okay? Try that, okay? Korean pig feet, I'm told. Yes, 9.
Con thấy là sức khỏe càng ngày càng khỏe mạnh hơn và đầu óc thông minh sáng suốt hơn.
Very good.
Master, personally, I see that I become healthier and more clear-headed and become more intelligent.
Yes, that means it's how you at your level can measure your own progress. Okay? I measure you by your level of samadhi. Okay? But you cannot see that. You're not trained to do that. But you yourself can see that you have more stamina, yeah? You are healthier. For example, when you used to have a cold every year, in the winter time, in the summer, in the fall, in the winter time, okay? Now you don't get a cold or flu as often as before. Anyone? By the way, we taught you to maintain the Dape Jo, the Great Compassion Mantra. That helps. There's a Vietnam nun at my Vietnamese master's temple. She used to be sick so often, okay, in northern Vietnam. And she, when I joined my Vietnamese master's temple, and she took care of me. She gave me food and make sure that I have plenty of food to eat and so forth. Look after me. So I was grateful. So she asked me, "Can you help me? Because I'm sick quite often, and most importantly, when I'm 100 years, will you help me?" I didn't know what it meant 100 years. Okay, so I figured she needed help for 100 years. In a Vietnamese saying, when I'm 100 years, meaning when after I die, right? Okay, then you're supposed to help. I didn't know. I said, well, so if I need to help her to live to 100 years, I better get started, So every day I would recite the Dabejo for her, okay, and dedicate it to her. And she says, one day she came to me, after a couple of months, she came to me and she said, something happened. I don't have a cold anymore. And I said, I didn't say anything. But she asked, did you help me? Because she knew that I was from Master Shinoha's temples. So we have a lot of dharmas to heal and to help people. I said, no, I didn't help you at all. And then she said, make sure when I'm 100 years, you help me, okay? And then I found out 100 years means that when she dies, so I stopped helping her. Anyway, I'm hoping you have learned to help yourself, okay? So naturally, you'll be healthier, absolutely. Not just healthier, but your mind is sharper. It's true. Okay, what else? Those are things you can observe. But there's some things that are much more important than that the teachers don't talk about. Yes, 5.
Yes, Master. I think you realize and can tap into your wisdom and the folly of your thoughts falls away. Yeah, I think that happens.
Yeah, you change your bad habits. That's correct. You let go of a lot of attachments. That's correct. Anyone else? I'm fishing for something much more important that most people don't pay attention to this. Most teachers would not touch it. Yes, 8.
네, 다른 사람들이 더 좋아한다고 하셨습니다.
Other people likes more.
They like you more. Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. They find not to like you more, but actually men will find you more attractive. Unfortunately. Okay? It's so much nicer to talk to you as compared to a regular girl. Okay? Because it's so much more comfortable around you. Yes, go first.
Hello, Master. So people around you will also feel happier?
Correct. Yes. You guys are so sensitive. Yes. They react positively around you. They like to hang around you. Okay? And then what's also funny is they start avoiding the people who are negative. Okay? So you become more popular. That's true. Anyone else? Yes, 8.
More calmer and more sincere to good knowing advisor.
You have a long way to go. Yeah, very good. Yes, 3.
For me, I noticed I'm less angry and agitated as before.
That's correct. The 3 poisons are much lessened. You're less angry. Well, actually, you do get more angry at times, but in general, on average, you're less angry and you're less greedy on the average. Okay, but there's a caveat though. You do become less angry in general, less greedy in general. Yeah. However, when someone provokes you, you're more angry than before. I don't want to mislead you. That's what happens to you. Okay? They'll be sorry if they provoke you. Okay. Anyone else? Yes, sir. In the back. 3.
Dear Master, maybe we can transform our karma, but we didn't know that.
Transform our karma in a way, yeah, but no, it's not something you have learned, you can learn how to do yet. For example, for us, you can transform your karma how? By reciting Buddha's name, that's one, okay? And number 2, repentances. Great compassion repentance. We're going to have the Emperor Liang's repentance soon, right? Sometimes, what month? September? October, September? No, September. Okay? We're going to be held here for a week. So we have repentance dharma to help you eradicate your past offenses. And when you recite the Buddha's name like we do in the morning, on Sunday mornings, that is designed to help you reduce your karmic burden as well. Okay? Okay, I'm running out of time. What I'm fishing for is something, you see, this is to prove that is not often mentioned, but is very important to me. Okay? What I notice is that the more you improve, the smaller your ego. This is very important to me. Because if you, contrary to the, unlike the non-Buddhist approaches, in particular, unlike the Hinayana approaches, okay? Because for Mahayana, in order for you to grow all the way, your ego has to continue to shrink more and more every step of the way. In order for you to accomplish the top of Hinayana attainments, okay, you have to shrink your ego. But then beyond that, you still need to shrink your ego even more. It's not something you understand, but that's a secret. This is why one of the key things is that you begin to understand more as you improve, that naturally you become more humble. Okay? That's why I gauge it on. Okay? And how do you recognize people who are in the wrong tracks, even though they're Buddhists or even they're monks? The more they practice, the more seniority they accrue, they become more egotistical. That's a big problem for monks and nuns. Okay? Because traditionally, the monks and nuns, the more Dharma ages they have, the more seniority they have, the more supposedly they deserve more reverence, they get more preferential treatment based on a Sangha hierarchy. And to me, it's detrimental. It's not healthy for them at all. Okay? And traditionally, the Vietnamese, the Chinese, the Koreans, that's the problem in the system. Okay? So I hope that you pay attention to that. And remember, to me, I don't, you may disagree with it, but to me, one of the factors that gauge your progress is how less egotistical you become. If you're so egotistical, I have no time for you. Then you get to talk to my lieutenants. I don't talk to you. Okay? Yes, 5, because they're designed to help you. I'm helping the higher levels. Yes, 5.
Master, I have a question. Can the pursuit of love be egoless? And if so, how?
You Americans will ask about anything and everything. How can you love and have no ego? Who is a person who loves? And therefore there is an ego. Yeah?
But love can be in your heart, and it could be outward flowing and essentially not of your ego.
You're speaking like an old man. I love in my heart. My God. You women like that? He loved you in your heart. Can you be happy with that? Tell him. Tell him. Yeah, he needs to hear it. He says, I love it in my heart. Is that enough? And the answer is, you're too old to love. No, when you love, you cannot leave your heart, my friend. You love with your heart, you love with your mind, and you love with your body. After you get married, you may love with your heart, but before you get married, you need to love with everything you have. Damn. Anyone disagrees or have other ideas? No excuses. To me, love is the whole body is in love and loves. Anyone? Anna, can you love with just your heart? She's also has some Hispanic genes. Is that enough to love with your heart? Look at that. She just walked in and she agrees with me right away. You see? It's common sense. Stop deluding yourself, old man.
It seems like we don't need our emotions to appreciate love for someone else. You can think...
Say, what?
We don't need our emotions to appreciate love for someone else. You can appreciate love...
What?
Without it affecting or you're not directing your emotions. I mean, we're supposed to be happy for someone because what they're doing is being happy. What if what they're doing is breaking up with you and walking away? That's making them happy. If you use your emotions, you're going to be sad about that. Why can't you be happy for that person now becoming happy themselves?
Wait. Okay, never mind about you. Let's talk it from the woman's perspective.
Okay.
When she loves a bodhisattva, which it sounds like you're describing that kind of person, love with your heart. Okay? So the woman probably can love a bodhisattva because I love the bodhisattva, like I love Wan Yin bodhisattva. You know, I love God. Okay? From that perspective, maybe. Because it's not real. But for the average person, like Anna, is that enough? Yes, Mary Jo, please enlighten us. Number 3.
First of all, emotions don't exist in some vacuum. They live in our bodies. So if you're having a physical response to someone, your emotions are very involved in that. You can't separate it. We are physical beings. And so that can't happen.
Amen. A woman. You're rationalizing something instead of experiencing it. Yes, Mary Jo.
Brady, I think you're uncomfortable with this, that you're trying to separate this into a purely spiritual connection with this person, but there's 2 problems with that. Number 1, you're depriving yourself and her of your whole self in this relationship. And secondly, as a human being, you can't just exist in a pure spiritual state.
I never thought of it that way, but I think you have a really good point. But generally speaking,
Yeah.
Generally speaking, the thought of love is selfless. You love someone because you're happy for them because they're happy. And if that means they're walking away from you, how can you appreciate it? Isn't your ego talking? Now I'm sad, she's no longer with me, she doesn't want to be with me. But yet, if that makes her happy, true love would be you're also happy for her. And it seems to be a hard situation to get to mentally and emotionally.
Okay, buddy. Enough of this nonsense. Okay. Yeah. Let me tell you something. You don't know what you're talking about. You're imagining things, you're rationalizing things. When you're with her, there's no physicality. No? A lot's physicality. It's enjoyable, yes? That's part of love.
Yes, absolutely.
So therefore, you take it out. The heart cannot experience love.
I don't know if I see it that way. I don't know.
It arises from your eyes. You look at someone and you like it. It's pleasant. Arises from your ears. Her words are so soft, so sweet, it's so pleasant. From the touch, it's all those sense organs. And that's how love arises. Without it, it's not possible.
So without emotional attachment, there is no love?
Okay. Well, Vicky knows more about that.
Help, Vicky.
We need more firepower. We are all trying to convince him. Okay, we can go on, and I think you're better off talking to women, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm the last person who can advise you about love. Okay, so don't believe anything I say about love. Okay, what do I know? Okay. Well, let me tell you about things that I know. Okay? What I know is, number one, how to help you become selfless. Let's not bring up love yet. Okay? In order for you to become selfless, okay, the Buddha's teaching has been that you have to get rid of love, first of all. This is why they shave their heads. We shave our heads because that's easier. It's more conducive to us. This lifestyle is more conducive to getting rid of love. So far, so good. Then, because who loves? As long as there's a who, okay, there's an ego there. And therefore, in order to have no ego, the Buddha's secret is that you cannot afford to love. That's our secret. So far, so good. This is a fact. This is Buddhist training, Buddhist wisdom. Okay, that's why they're taught to shave their heads and stay away from family love. Father to son, mother to daughter, and so forth. Brother to, brotherly love, sisterly love, whatever. Okay, because any sort of emotional attachment would make it very difficult for you to get rid of your ego. That's a fact. Okay? So that's the first step only. And after you get rid of the ego, okay, then we teach you how to help others. We're not talking about love here. We're talking about an ideal, this lifestyle of helping others, which is different from yours. Your lifestyle, you help yourselves. Yes? Our lifestyle, our goal for doing this is to help others, ultimately. Not just ourselves. But in order to help others, it's a two-step. Number one, we have to learn to get rid of our ego. Number two, then we can be taught how to help others. So far, so good. To help others at their levels, this includes love. At that point in time, their love is different from the love you're talking about. That's why the word love is very easy to misinterpret. It's still love. But when you talk about this Mahasattva, okay, who may have a wife, who may have a girlfriend, may have children, they experience love. But that love is much different from yours. So that's why with the same word love, you have to look at who's talking. Okay? When I look at you, when you talk about love, clearly, you don't know what that love you're talking about, like love which is from your heart, okay? That is possible at this level, at the Mahasattva level, not at yours. Okay? So it's not possible for you, to put it bluntly.
That is amazing what you just convinced us of.
It is the Buddhist wisdom.
Excellent.
It is something that this is why folks, this is why these celestial kings, they're a king, remember? You know what it means to be a king? You have many wives. If that interests you, come on. And children. Got that? And yet, they still have wisdom. But for us, if you want to talk about love from your heart, from your perspective, that's confusion. It's not wisdom. Be careful. So that's why when I talk to people, I look at them, oh, you are here, you don't know what you're talking about. Same word, love. But is different for you versus this celestial king. Does it help?
It helps immensely. I just, now I'm going to wish in my heart that I become a celestial king.
It will take us a while yet. Become fourth stage arhat first. Now we can talk. Okay? But as a reminder, I think that's what the women are trying to get here. In order for you, if your aspiration is to love like a celestial king, then you have to make a sacrifice. Sacrifice that woman. Have to think big, my boy. Only here can you get these blunt treatments. Yeah. Wake up. You cannot rationalize these, intellectualize it, and debate it, because it's not Buddhist wisdom. Okay?
Thank you so much, Master.
Okay. Anyone else? Actually, by the way, the celestial kings, their love is so special, so immense. Yes, anyone else? Any questions? So don't think that just because you cultivate, then you become sticks and stones or become wood and inanimate. No, this is a training that will help you become a full person, a complete person. Okay? You at first we tell you to keep away from your mother, from your father, from your children, and so forth. But so that you can develop, you can see more clearly, then eventually you'll be able to be free from that restriction even when you're able to see more clearly. Then you need to be able to connect with them in all possible ways in order to help them, which includes loving them. Okay? So going back to my point today is that the one thing that's very important to us, I want to remind you, is that the longer you stay with us, the more you progress, the smaller your ego. It shrinks, you keep on shrinking and shrinking continually. All right? Yes, a question in the back. 3.
Hello. I wanted to remind Brady, he wanted to share something with the group about meditation level and focus in the past month, about like.
Do you, Brady? When he was in the Philippines?
Yeah, about like regression or like maintaining the Chan level or something.
While you were on vacation, you mean? And in love? 5.
I was talking to Malcolm, and he suggested I bring it up. I don't know if you find it that appropriate or not. I just mentioned that my goings-on didn't include a lot of progress meditating. I didn't meditate near as much as I usually do. But I also found that it seems my level of samadhi, it hasn't really changed. It hasn't grown, it hasn't developed, I haven't progressed, but it hasn't regressed, it hasn't backslid. In other words, the same thoughts, ideas, and values I have of Buddhism really haven't changed.
Excellent. That's very good. Meaning that your core, your foundation is very strong. If your foundation is weak, then you would have regressed. Okay, this is what happens. This is one of the advantages you have when you come to our temples and practice with us like this, listen to the Dharma or recite in Buddha's name or meditate, whatever. That's will help solidify your foundation further. Okay, when you stop that, most people, they tend to regress after a while. Usually it takes longer than a month, but usually what happens is that, I hate to tell you this, but what happens is that after a while, the demons begin to pay attention to you. And that's why they're constantly looking for opportunities to stop you and make you regress. And that's what we do. When you come here, we protect you, and that's why you are able to maintain. It's not just something physical or visible or measurable that you can see. What they do is they have a lot of trickeries to make you regress, and you are not even aware of it. That's how dangerous they are. Okay, so a month is not too bad. But usually in your phase, it's going there and encountering a lot of these temptations, and you haven't ingressed it. So your core is pretty strong. That's why. That's very good. Yes, sir, in the back. Did you have any questions? No? Yes, 9, Vicky.
Thank you, Master. I see here on YouTube we have some comments.
Mm-hmm.
Shirley Zhao says, or asks you, does Buddha love us? And Ru Kang, C-A-N-G, says, exactly, without emotional attachment, you cannot have love between two people in any relationship, especially romantic ones.
Mm-hmm. Mm. So what's the first question again?
Shirley, I believe this is Shirley in DTT.
Mm-hmm.
She asks, does Buddha love us? Thank you.
Again, when you use the word love, it has different interpretations. It's the same word love, but each person is different. So yes, the answer is yes, he loves us, but not the same way as God loves us. How is that? Buddha loves us, but it's quite differently from the way God loves us or from your husband loves you. It's different. It's much better, much more complete. All right? Yes, it's love. Okay. Buddha would never reject love, by the way. Okay. But it's not the same way as the way we love. All right? He doesn't need to do it the same way as we love. For us, for example, we have a body here, so we need the sense organs to reinforce the love and so forth. Buddha doesn't need that. So that's why it's different. Okay? But it's much, much more complete than ours. Okay, number 2. Number 2 again is?
It's a comment, and it says in regards to, I'm sorry, I was listening in the car, but then when I stopped driving, I must have missed this. It says, exactly without emotional attachment, you cannot have love between two people in any relationship, especially romantic ones.
Yeah. I don't want to go any deeper in this because I'm going to need another half hour to explain that to you. Yes, Nine.
Dạ thưa thầy, con nghĩ là cái sự yêu thương của mình nó không thể vô ngã được, tại vì khi mình yêu thương á, thì mình sẽ giữ lấy. Giống như con biết được, như con hồi còn trẻ đó, khi mà yêu ông xã con á, lúc còn yêu á, thì mình rất ghen tuông, tại mình muốn giữ cái người đó cho mình. Nếu mà ai động tới là mình không có muốn được. Đó là cái sự yêu thương của mọi người mình. Còn Đức Phật thì Ngài yêu thương không có bờ bến, yêu thương một cách là tất cả cho chúng sanh, cho chúng sanh thoát khỏi cái khổ. Yeah. Nghĩ.
Okay, translation. I don't think I can get out of this.
Hello, Master. I think that love, to me, it cannot be at my level. It cannot be selfless, not without ego. Because when we love back when I was young, especially with my husband, I know that he's very jealous. And he doesn't want to have anybody else touch me. He just want to grasp.
No, it's her, right? She's talking about herself, not her husband. I don't know how.
Yeah, myself.
Yourself,
Very
yeah.
jealous with.
Yeah, the woman jealous, women, husband not jealous, men not jealous.
No, I don't think so. Men are jealous more than us.
Yeah, right. You see, it's going to go on and on.
Sorry, let me clarify. It is her. She said that when she was young, she's love to her is grasping and jealousy. When I want somebody, I will holding onto that person, and I don't want anybody to touch him. So, but opposite to that, with the Buddha, the love that he gives to us is he wants living being to escape and no more suffering.
Okay. How about now?
Dạ, right now thì không có nữa. Right now thì con.
No more love.
Yeah, no more love. But no. Still love it. Still love
Still
it.
love.
Different love, like giống như là con.
No more possessive love. He can has as many girlfriends as he wants.
No, doesn't care. I doesn't care. I told him, if you want it, I doesn't care because now I love Buddha. So I want to go to Pureland.
So
I want to freedom now.
No, she doesn't love him anymore, basically.
Don't touch me. Yeah, but yeah, I still love, but like có trách nhiệm thôi chứ không có. I have a responsibility with him, with the family. Yeah, that's for love. Yeah.
I don't want to go there. The question arises in my mind immediately. I said, let's not go there. Very good. Okay, excellent. Anna now agrees. Look at her. Yeah, Anna is so excited. Same boat, women. Anyone else who would like to make a comment? Might as well. Huh? Okay. Any other comments? Okay, I think we stop at that and go learn of some dharmas. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay, the verse is, sentient beings confused and deluded forever flow and turn. Most solid and dense is ignorance that hinders and shrouds them.
众生迷惑常流转，愚痴障盖及坚密。
For them, the thus come one speaks the vast great Dharma, King Lion banner conveys this.
如来为说广大法，狮子传王能演唱。
Okay, so this celestial king here, from the verse, Master Shenhua explains it, and this is our advantage. We learn from the great sage, from Master Shenhua, and who says that sentient beings are confused and deluded. Okay, and so for him, confused is unawakened. Deluded means not understanding. Okay, so actually, me here is really, really Miho here, confused and deluded. According to Master Shenhua says, we can try so hard, but he cannot understand. You try to teach him, but he will not register. This is a terrible, terrible thing. Okay? Be here refers to the fact that usually it means you lost. Okay? You lost your ways. Ho here means that you are actually so confused. Okay? Me here is you disoriented. Ho is that you cannot understand. Chinese-speaking people agree or disagree. That's one way to interpret it. Okay, so the Chinese is very insightful. Me is that you got lost. Okay, and you got further and further away. That's me. That's the kind of imagery he's portraying. Okay, we get further and further away from our true self, from the truth, from our happiness. The longer we evolve in this wheel reincarnation, the further we get away from our true self, from our Buddha nature, from our true happy nature, from our ability to experience true love. We only can experience false love. Okay? That's why it's called me. Okay? Lost. We're lost. Okay? Ho is we are basically stupid. That when we're taught, we don't get it. We cannot get it. Okay, so the combination is terrifying. It's hopeless. It's so hard to help this kind of person who lost the way already. So you tell them, hey, look back, okay? Turn back, go backtrack. They say, but I'm lost. I don't know where the back is. Which way is forward? Which way is back? I'm lost already in the desert, in the forest. Back and forth, left and right is all the same to me. See that? He cannot find his way anymore. Ho is that you try to explain to them, okay, there's a trick for you to do it. You need to help you orient yourself and go in the right direction. They don't understand your explanation. That's Ho. So it's virtually impossible to help this person. So how can you help this person? Which begs the question. And because of that, they forever flow and turn. Because you disoriented and there's no way to explain to you how to get out. And because of that, you are Chang, you constantly flow and turn. So imagine this imagery of this river, okay? The river of your karmas. Your karma carries you, okay? And you flow. So the flow is your karma carries you. The karma river carries you. You cannot help yourself. Okay? You fall in the river and the water, the flow, it carries you. And turn is that not only is it carrying you, pushing you along, it turns you so that you're disoriented. It's a beautiful imagery. So far, so good? So, for the Chinese teaching is so visual. You can visualize it, and you see that the use of the word is so judicious, so wise. Furthermore, it says, your ignorance, our ignorance, is most solid and dense. Okay? Solid is that, think of it as something that's and solid and dense. 就像钙及坚密 坚 is very, very, very hard. Okay? Mi is dense. Okay? So that's why it's very difficult to break through to you. Your ignorance is so hard and so dense. Yes, 9.
Thank you, Master. Ru Jing says, it's like an ocean rip current. Before you know it, you are very far away from the shore.
That's right. And not only that, but like you are in the white waters, and the flow is so violent sometimes, and then it tosses you around as well. Okay, like I have the image of the people kayak. Okay, they go to the kayak and they actually can flip around just like that easily. Okay, that twist and turn. Okay, the ignorance of nature, our ignorance is very solid, very dense. And why? Because what that does, our yu chu, here is no ignorance, is stupidity. Ignorance is a very polite term. The exact term of yu chu is stupidity. Meaning there's no way to explain to you. A stupid person is that there's no way to get to that person. Okay? It's impossible to get to this person. Okay, this is when you suggest to go see a counselor. Okay? And that stupidity is very solid, very dense, and it has its function. Okay? Zhang, gai. Okay? Your stupidity, our stupidity, okay, obstructs and covers us. Okay? The translation here is very, very poetic, very literary, but actually the precise meaning is that our stupidity, our own stupidity, okay, stops us and then covers us. What is it referring to? Stops what? Obstructs us from liberating ourselves. When you cultivate, that's when your obstructions come. The higher level of accomplishment, the stronger the obstructions. If you think you're so confident of yourself that you are in control of your own destiny, your cultivation, it's only possible because you are stuck or you are shrinking, you're sinking. If you're making progress, you have a lot of obstructions. That's a professional tip for you. I've seen too many people who say, I've been cultivating, reciting Buddha's name for 20 years. I've been practicing mantra for 30 years. I have no problems. I don't have any struggle. I don't struggle at all. I love the Dharma. Idiot. If you're on the right path, they will come and obstruct you from progressing, number one. This is a professional secret, folks. If you have no obstructions, you cannot make progress. Okay? Number two, gai is to cover up. Okay? Obstruct is you cannot proceed. Okay? Gai is it covers up. So, at this level, you cannot go forward. Okay? Covers up refers to you in the dark. You cannot see. Not only are you obstructed, you cannot see what's obstructing you or you cannot see the way out. It's very precise. The teaching is so precise. That's what happens to you, and you have no idea, you have no clues. That's what's happening to you. Questions? No questions? When we talk about love, it's endless questions. When we talk about how to cultivate and become enlightened, it's no questions. Seriously? What happened to your wisdom? Huh? So what do we do? This is what's happening to us. What do we do? So, for them, for these people, meaning us, the thus come one speaks the vast, great Dharma. So the Buddha speaks for us the vast and great Dharma. Okay? Vast is expansive knowledge. Great is it can overcome anything. Let me ask you. Even if he speaks of vast, great Dharma, for example, this Avatamsaka Sutra is a vast and great Dharma. Correct? How does it help you? Huh? Abbott. How does it help you? I'm not talking about these people. I'm talking about these people here. The beings who are confused, deluded, who are flowing and turning. It's so stupid. They have so many obstructions. They cannot see. How does him speaking the vast great Dharma help us? Can't help us.
Cannot help us.
Cannot help us at all. So why does he speak vast great Dharma? Yes, 9.
Thank you, Master. I think he speaks the great Dharma. So the benefit for us is that we're planting seeds.
Planting seeds sounds like an excuse for me. Don't worry, you're planting seeds. In the future, you get some benefits.
Well, I didn't say it like that.
How would you say it? You say it your way then.
In my ignorance, I feel that still, if I am willing to listen and be receptive to the Dharma, that somewhere along the line, maybe this lifetime or another lifetime, it will make sense to me. And I will keep working towards that.
Promises, promises, promises.
Well, I also have a comment here, Master, from YouTube.
Yes.
Din Tai would like to say, isn't studying the Dharma and cultivating the Dharma the way out for us to plant the seed of enlightenment and to create conditions for us to become enlightened?
Yeah, but it takes a while. Yes, in the back.
Master, I admit and I see in myself that I do have a lot of obstruction and stupidity that sometimes I could not see myself, and I often get angry. In that perspective, is there a way for us, for me and for all of us to get out?
Yeah, get married. GMT.
예전에 마스터께서 변계집성, 의탁이성, 원성실성을 설명하시면서 변계집성인 상태인 사람에 대해서는 도와줄 수가 없다, 할 수 있는 일이 없다고 하셨었고, 네.
Now let me guess. Get married and follow your wife to the temple.
세라님, 이렇게, 네.
See, she says, very wise answer, she says.
이거 풀어서 얘기하면 마스터께서 어떻게 부연 설명하셨냐면 이게 동아줄인데, 그러니까 뱀인데 뱀으로 인식하지 못하고 동아줄이라고 믿고 있다. 그러니까 상황을 제대로 파악하지 못하고 있고 아예 들리지도 않고 자기 의견이나 그것에 되게 고착되어 있는 상태라고 변계집성인 상태에 대해서 그렇게 말씀하셨었거든요. 네, 그런 상태에 있는 중생에 대해서는 마스터께서 도와줄 수 없다고 하셨었고요, 예전에.
So, Master, she's referring to an example. She heard from one of your Dharma talk. A person is looking at a snake as a rope. And basically what she's saying that the person doesn't understand, cannot hear from other people talking, and they're really lost and stubborn. In that situation, no one could really help them.
그러니까 이게 전문 용어가 나와야지 되기 때문에 그렇게 설명하시면 제가 얘기한 게 제대로 전달이 안 되거든요. 그러니까 이게 마스터께서 한국 기준으로 토요일 날 화엄경에서 하셨던 얘기였어요. 변계집성이란 그 의미가. 근데 그걸 제가 어떻게 상국 스님 통역하셨기 때문에 제가 어떻게 해야 될지는 모르겠고 그거는 전문 용어를 좀 알아보셔야 될 것 같아요. 일단은 이제 그런 상태인 사람을 도와줄 수가 없다고 하셨고 그런 상태에서는 사실은 선지식의 말을 따라야 되는데 선지식 말 들을 수 없기 때문에 모든 유생을 다 구할 수 없다고 마스터께서 말씀하셨었죠. 네.
So this came from one of your Dharma talk from Avatamsaka prologue. And basically what she's saying, she was referring to 4 Chinese letters about I don't know what that is. So basically she explained the person like that, they have to just follow the good knowing advisor. And then you also mentioned that you cannot help everyone.
Something excuse again. I'm sorry, I can't help you. Okay, anyone else? Yes, 9.
Thưa Thầy, có nghĩa là Đức Phật nói cái pháp này là vì lợi ích cho tất cả những chúng sanh đã có duyên đang có duyên và sẽ có duyên. Và cái lợi ích này thì đó là cái lời nguyện của các chư Phật để mà cứu độ chúng sanh có cái lợi ích để thoát khỏi cái sự khổ đau.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Và con quên, con tính nói gì con quên.
Now she's like me, Alzheimer's. She can't remember. It's very contagious. It's Alzheimer thing.
Dạ. Dạ, con nghĩ là những người mà nghe được cái pháp của Phật nói, hoặc là ngày hôm nay chúng con được ngồi nơi đây nghe pháp, tất cả đều phải có phước báo của túc duyên của mình và cũng phải có đầy đủ nhân duyên, thì ngày hôm nay chúng con mới tụ họp nơi đây để nghe pháp thầy giảng và nghe những cái lời Đức Phật đã dạy. Dạ.
Hello, Master. I think that when the Buddha speaks the Dharma is to benefit all living beings and those who have conditions or will have a condition to be able to benefit from that, because one of the Buddha's vows is to benefit living beings so that they can escape suffering. And then sometime I forgot what I'm trying to say, and Master refer her that maybe she got Alzheimer. And so then she said, I think that those who will be able to listen to this Buddha Dharma today that we are sitting here is because we have blessings and prior conditions planted ahead. And therefore today we can sit down and be able to listen to Master explanation and also the Buddha sermon.
Okay, let me explain to you what it really means. It's very subtle. Okay, the great Dharma. Great Dharma here is the most precious thing in the world. That's why it's called great Dharma. Okay, Dharma here you can explain as Buddha Dharma, or you can explain it as anything. So the Buddha Dharma is of course wonderful. Mahayana particular is the best knowledge because the greatest wisdom you can have. But it turns out that this great Tafa here, the great Dharma here, refers to the greatest, also refers to the greatest of anything. Is it clear? This is the first time I explain the Tafa for you. It hasn't been explained to you yet. Okay? It has two aspects. Great Dharma meaning this is Mahayana and this is the biggest wisdom, the biggest treasure you can ever get. Is that clear? This is the most precious thing. Believe me. You don't know how precious it is. Buddha says this is the most precious thing I can give you. The mere fact you can hear it, you are attaining a great treasure. Believe it or not. That's number one. Number two, great Dharma here is a great, it means the best thing of anything. So great Dharma refers to biggest attainment that you can achieve, and it's the biggest thing possible. So it's no comparison. Okay, so far so good. So whatever Buddha teaches is called great Dharma. Is that clear? So when you listen to this, when you drive to the temple, you should switch on the Dharma because you are accruing a treasure for yourself. That's all. Just listen and you accruing treasures. So far, so good? Okay. What about vast? Vast here refers to the vast multitude. Meaning, this Dharma here will benefit everyone. Women, men in love, children, chickens, porcupines, snakes, demons, everyone. That's vast. So this great Dharma, this great treasure here is applicable for all of us. So for example, when we recited this verse here, this 4-line verse here, okay, that we recited earlier, okay, these two in slide 79 and slide 80, okay, the sound there is benefiting not just you, but all the invisible beings who are here, the bodhisattvas who are here, mahasattvas who are here listening to this. That's why it's called vast. It's not limited to just anyone. This is beneficial to all living beings who can hear it. Sure, okay? Sure refers to ear organ. You need to register it with ear organ. Got that? In our world, this ear organ is very, very important. Yes, JMT.
세라님 혹시 메시지 확인하실 수 있어요? 제가 변계십성, 위타기성의 영문 버전을 찾아서 드렸거든요, 메시지로. 네네, 그거 읽어주시면 될 것 같아요. 변계집성 영문 표시를 제가
So, Master, the 4 characters that she mentioned, it's in English, that nature everywhere calculated and attached to. One hold up, and that's one of the slides that you lectured.
Thank you very much. Okay, continuing. Okay, I need to finish. I'm sorry, I keep on running out of time. So you see, the great and vast Dharma here, okay, it's a treasure and it will benefit all living beings. Vast refers to vast multitudes. All right? Going back to my question, if your stupidity, okay, is so solid and so dense that obstructs you and covers you up, you on the other hand, okay, is so confused, and you on the other hand you are lost and confused, twisting and turning in the flow of your karma river is pulling you along and spinning you out of and making you disoriented. How can the Dharma help and break through? The answer is, it can. Nothing can stop the Buddha. Not your dense stupidity, not even your dense stupidity can stop it. The only thing that can stop it is you have no conditions with the Buddha. Agree or disagree? If you have blessings with the Buddha, his words will make sense to you, no matter how stupid you are, no matter how deluded you are, no matter how disoriented you are, or no matter how covered up you are. If the Buddha's words, the Buddha's light, nothing can stop it. Nothing. Not your stupidity, not the demons can cover it up, the Buddha's light. No one can stop it. The only thing, the only limitation is that if you have no blessings, no conditions with the Buddha, it cannot get to you. That's all. Is that clear? Nothing can hinder the Buddha's light. So, this is why when we practice, okay, we make offerings to which Buddha? All of them. Just to make sure. We do incense praise. What do? We say, oh, we want to respectfully offer you this incense, the fragrance is incense here. Please receive the fragrance. And Mahasattva, the Mahasattva there we bow to, please carry to all the Buddhas for us. Make sure to carry to all the Buddhas, please. So that in the future, when the Buddha speaks Dharma, we can benefit from it. That's it. That's Mahayana for you. Applause. You see that? So that's why we understand what it takes to get aid to you. Whether you're in Gaza or not, then no one can stop you. Nothing can stop you. All right? Okay, we stop here today. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice week.